what's happening, everybody? So today, the project I'm working on today is sort of two parts. Number one, we're going to try to dampen this grinder with some DynoMat. I picked up 2 square feet of DynoMat for about like 16, 17 bucks, not expensive at all. We're going to see if it works or not. This is sort of an experiment. I haven't seen it done anywhere else. In theory, it should work, but I don't know. And then the other thing is I picked up a wireless headset. Right now, I'm talking without it. And at the end of the video, the batteries are charging right now. I'll go ahead and use it to see how it is. But to kind of test the difference, this is going to be a little experiment on myself. So this is what it would be if I was talking at a normal tone. And this is usually the voice that I have to talk at in order for you to hear me with my camera about like 8 to 10 feet away. But all right, I got a couple things in store. So we are going to first do a test to see how much vibration there is right now. I got a lot of things set up on the bench to kind of give us that sort of before picture. We'll go ahead and make the changes. We'll put the DynoMat on, and then we'll keep things on here, turn on the grinder again, and do an after. But all right, hey, I got everything in place. Let's send it. All right, so just to kind of go over real fast what we have here, just got some tools up here. Some of my tripper shredder again vibrating apart. Just got some bits up here and just some random pieces here. Let's go ahead and see what happens when I turn on the grinder. And that's pretty much the amount of shake that gets on there. I don't think I'm going to be able to take all that off because I think I have some old wire wheels and old grinding wheels on this grind. Basically, I haven't replaced them since I bought it. So if I replace them, it will probably help with some of with the balancing of it and reduce the vibration. But we're just going to see what happens when we put down some of the DynoMat. All right, so let's take the grinder off the bench and then go ahead and put some, but the intent is going to put some DynoMat underneath here, and then also I'm going to put it around the edge to see if that helps at all. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can possibly take this off. It looks like I should be able to take it off. And then if there's a good metal area underneath here for me to go ahead and apply the DynoMat to, I'm going to do that in addition to kind of putting a layer underneath in between the bench and the grinder. But I don't know. So let's see what's underneath there, and we'll go from there. Okay, so what I think I'm going to try to do, and I'm still not sure exactly how I can do it, I definitely can put some DynoMat along here and along this side. But what I'm going to try to do is take out these screws on either side, disconnect some of this electrical, and see if I can possibly put some along the inner edge here too. But we'll just keep going, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, whatever.
The feeling's going through. It's always you. 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 Keep falling for you. Keep falling for you. nothing left to say. It is time, let it be. Away from me, away from me. It's always you. 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 Keep falling for you. Keep falling for you. Keep falling for you.
Well, I went to just plug it in and see if it worked, but I got the wires mixed up and I tripped a breaker. So let's go ahead and put the wires correctly. So the good thing about making these videos is I just can go look back and make sure I got them wired correctly. So I went ahead and wired them as they were before. Hopefully it works this time. There we go. All right, we're just going to see if this little bit has made any improvement. I don't have it bolted down, and I'm just going to see if maybe without putting in anything directly in between the table and here has helped at all. I don't think it's going to, but let's see. Actually, wow. I don't think I'm going to do anymore. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. And we're going to, let's see if it does that little. Wow. That's pretty good. I'm impressed. I was not expecting that. I'm going to go ahead and bolt it down and just see if maybe hard mounting it to the table might do anything. But at least right now, I don't plan on putting any more on there if it's going to be this quiet. Let's go ahead and let's connect it and see how it sounds. So I just figured I am going to add a little bit more on, but I'm only going to put a couple of squares on the rubber mounts so that I can't really see it, and it's only going to be connected to the grinder and not the table. So let's try that. Okay, this is the final test. We have everything up here. We're going to see how it rattles. Let's go ahead and plug her in and turn her on. Moment of truth. Well, that didn't work at all. Let's take a look here and see. It looks like I'm now touching again here. But I'm not touching over there. We'll come back and we'll try to put on a little bit extra, maybe just around here. It seemed like, let's test a hypothesis here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and loosen these up so these bolts are not, so that it allows the feet not to necessarily be, for the base to be connected to the bench here. And then I'm going to do this off camera and we'll come right back and test it out. 1 second. All right, I loosened her up a little bit. Let's see if it works now. The goal is when I tighten her down, I don't want the base to be touching directly with the table, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, and then we'll come back and we'll just op test it again. Trying a proof of concept here just to see if I'm on the right track. Kind of doubled up the DynoMat, the big pieces here, and just slid them under there. I believe I'm not touching anymore. Just a little bit of an air gap around that. So let's test it and see. That was better, but not quite there. Maybe let's try it with going 4 times. All right, this time, instead of putting the DynoMat along the length each side, I put them along the front and back because the rubber feet that this was originally standing on are right here and here. So in order to prevent the bolts from getting in the way, I went this way. Not sure if this is going to help, but let's see. Well, that's better, and that may be the best I can do. So I'm going to try to do something a little bit more permanent, or at least kind of hide this a little bit better. Yeah, then I'll let you know how it finishes up. But I think there is some improvement. I probably should not expect it to go completely away, all the vibration, just because I am hard mounting it down. But I'll come right back to you and let you know how I sort of finalize things. So what I've decided to do is I cut these off into 4 thin strips. I'm just looking at the wheels, the stands that they sit upon, and I'm just going to kind of I'm just going to keep folding it up as many times as I can for within these strips. And I'm just going to use that in between. And after that, if it works or doesn't work, that's where I'm going to end it. All right, last test. So you saw I kind of folded them up. I definitely got a good gap in between the table and the grinder itself via the DynoMat squares that I created, folded them upon each other. But I don't think it's going to be that much of a benefit. However, who knows? Let's see. Yep, helps if I go ahead and plug it in. Yeah, so that came up a lot better than I was thinking it was after sort of these trials and tribulations I was going through. Not perfect, but yeah, not too bad. I'm actually pretty impressed. It would have been good if I got it all, but that was definitely wishful thinking. So, what's going on, everybody? So mission accomplished on the grinder. Definitely saw some improvement. I'm actually very curious to see when I get to the editing of this video what the before and after is going to look like. In regards to the results. Now, speaking of before and after, how does my audio sound? Again, right now I have the microphone on. At the beginning of the video I didn't, and when I did the intro, to kind of test the difference, this is going to be a little experiment on myself. So this is what it would be if I was talking at a normal tone, and this is usually the voice that I have to talk at in order for you to hear me. So how does it sound? Please let me know. I'll be curious. Yeah, so that finishes this project. The next one I have coming up is going to be doing some whitewashing of some cabinet doors, and we'll be getting that tomorrow. So until then, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you and have a good day.